had to clear the energy, cleanse our aura. Just want to start from that space. And so welcome to today's video. My name is Sasha, if you're new here, also known as Healing Honey. And we are going to be getting into something pretty deep today, you guys. It's time to talk about some inner work, some healing. And I wanted to share this shadow work that I've been doing because it's really been helping me. I feel like so many of us go through this and we might not understand it, overstand it, understand it. And so I just wanted to bring some love and bring some light. So if you do find this helpful, make sure you like the video and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get into healing the father wound, healing abandonment wounds. This is inner work. This is called shadow work. Okay, so we're gonna be diving deep into ourselves and bringing things into the light. And I do wanna let you guys know, I am not a licensed shrink, These things that I'm sharing with you today are coming from my own heart and are coming from the own work that I've done on myself over the years. Okay, so let's talk about this, you guys. So I know for me and probably so many people out there, our family systems are broken, and a lot of people come from single parent households, or maybe a grandparent raised you. A lot of people were not raised with both the mother and the father present in the home, and this can really create problems into your adulthood, wounds that have been hiding in your shadow self. When we're starting to raise our vibration, feelings are gonna start to surface, and it's basically your soul begging you to look at these things and address them and recognize them. Okay, so we are often taught to suppress our emotions and to just move past them, not face them, not want to look at them because it can be hard. When we're carrying pain, whether we're aware of it or not, it has a ripple effect in so many areas of our life. And so it's not until we're ready to face it and to look at these things where we can actually make a change for the better, because every moment is a new moment. And although you're living in the present moment, if you don't address things in your shadow self, like wounds or pain that you're carrying in your energetic body, you're still moving from that place of 5 years old, 7 years old, 13 years old, when things may have happened to you in the past. If you haven't been able to address it, it will carry with you into adulthood. And I want us to think about this. The first relationships that we develop when we're first born into the world are with our parents, right? So we're small little babies, we're depending and loving mom and dad if they're there. Okay, so these relationships that we first develop are so vital and so important to how we're gonna see the world as an adult. Okay, so in my case, my parents split up and they divorced when I was really young, and it didn't work out between them. Okay, so common in today's world, unfortunately. And even though I had tons of love, I still had a longing in my heart for my father's presence in my life. Okay, so when you have an abandonment wound and you're a child, it's just you feel that you've done something wrong. Why isn't my dad here? Why isn't my mom here? If they really loved me, they would be here. And you can't really grasp that your parents' relationship is completely separate from you, and your parents' issues and drama and problems have nothing to do with you. They're on their own journey, facing their own karma and making their own decisions, but all of our decisions have a ripple effect. So let's say mom wasn't there, dad wasn't there. As a little kid, even though you're wearing a smile deep inside, there's a wound that develops. Okay, you're feeling pain because God made us with two parents for a reason. We are needing both in our life. And now as an adult, I can look back and know that sometimes when a parent leaves, it's for the best, because with them present, it's causing too much chaos, too many problems. And so you realize that when you're an adult, but it doesn't change the fact that a wound developed as you're growing up. What this feels like as a little kid is you wanting and you waiting and you wishing and hoping that the parent will return. The parent will come to your rescue, will come be present, will come be committed to the family, will come lead the family, love the family, love you. And you can't really process what's going on. You just feel these feelings. And depending on the household you grew up in, this was you were either able to express this and have the space to do that, or you were forced to suppress it, you guys, okay? And so it's really sad because, things don't work out and it's not your fault, but yet you still have to deal with it. You still have to feel the effects of it, even though you didn't make the decisions, right? What this can also create for a little kid who experiences an abandonment wound with a parent is like a one-sided relationship. Okay, so if the child is always having to reach out to the parent, if it's a one-sided relationship where like the parent is immature, the parent is whatever the case is, maybe substance abuse or just some toxicity, the child, remember, this is their first relationship in life, so they learn that one-sided relationships, toxic relationships, these are normal. This is just part of life. This is just how life is. Life is hard. Life hurts. Love hurts. You can't trust anyone. Just all of these horrible things, you guys. And so instead of brushing over the fact, like these things you may have gone through, instead of saying like, oh, well, life's just hard and sucks and we have to just deal with it and just have a thick skin. Like, instead of doing that, when we just look at this with clarity, and we're gentle with ourselves and we are there for our own inner child and we just shine light on these situations, that's how we can bring the healing. But you can't heal if you're refusing to look at the pain, okay? And you can't gain clarity and you can't gain forgiveness for yourself and your family if you don't even want to acknowledge that there was any type of problem. Okay, so again, we might see this play out in our relationships in adulthood if we haven't addressed these things. So abandonment wounds can definitely affect your sense of self-worth, okay, and at the deepest level, and it's subconscious, okay? It's not until we really tap within ourselves and have an eagerness to just want to resolve any pain that you may be carrying, we might not be aware of this, okay? But this channel is all about self-awareness and self-healing because we deserve to feel peaceful and happy, you guys. And so that's what I strive toward every single day. And that's the journey I want to share with you guys, just the self-love, self-worth, glow up journey with you guys, because I love you guys. I know that we're all connected, okay? And so you might see this play out in your relationships. If you have this deep sense of like, oh, I'm not worthy of real love because mom and dad weren't there, or mom or dad wasn't there. And it doesn't have to be necessarily just physically, but it might also be emotionally. Maybe a parent was gone, always working, or had other priorities besides you. And so then you grow up and you feel like it's normal. And so then now you're on this vibration and you start to attract other people who are going to replay these patterns for you. And you're going to feel pain over and over and over until you're ready to face this and heal it and choose something different for yourself. But it's all about lessons, because the universe is that good and God is that good that it's like you go through all these things to grow through it, to learn what real love is and to develop that self-love for yourself, And so I know in my case, I was starting to look at the patterns like in my life with the men or the partners that I was attracting or choosing for myself, okay? So there was like patterns, non-commitment, okay, that goes back to childhood, like just not present, like in my life. I was accepting that for so long, like half love, half loyalty, in and out, hot and cold, because that's how my childhood was with my parent, would call me and like love bomb me, and then for 2 months just go like ghost, right? And then come back like everything was okay. It's very unhealthy, and it didn't feel like a mutual love. But again, you just you love your parents unconditionally, and so you just accept all of this, and it's very harmful, even though the parent might not be conscious of it at the time. As we grow up into our adulthood, it's up to us to just see these things, you know, so that we can have better and choose better for ourselves and be more aware with the children that we are now raising in, you know, in this world. And so again, with the partners, like, take a look, like, if you've been in toxic relationships, or just look at your love life for what it is. Like, a lot of times the partner reflects like the childhood dynamics, and if the childhood dynamics weren't good, like, sometimes the present day moment isn't good. And so I just had to realize these things, like, commitment is important to me, like presence in my life, someone who wants to be there, who wants to lead me, who wants to love me, chooses to love. And you guys, love is not just a feeling, okay? Love is an action, and love is a choice. And so unfortunately, sometimes parents, they decide that other things are more important. They make a choice, okay? And this world might tell you, well, just that's your, honor thy mother and thy father, and just deal with it, even though it's toxic, even though it's hurting you, even though they disrespect you, even though they continuously break your heart. You don't have to, okay? In my opinion, you need to have strong boundaries and work on the self-love, work on the healing within yourself, you know, raise your self-esteem, your self-worth, and it's okay to protect your energy, okay? And as you know who you really are, now you're going to be able to just see patterns for what they are and choose, like, no, I want real love. I want someone who wants to be there, who chooses to be there, who is there, you know, and you just start breaking these toxic relationships. And yes, it is important to forgive. In fact, it's vital, okay? But there might be a grieving process, because remember your inner child, okay? And that little person in you, okay, that experienced those heartbreaks, that pain, you know, you have to grieve the part of yourself that experienced that, respect it, you know, honor it. And I know a lot of people don't like to cry, they don't like to feel uncomfortable, they don't want to feel any negative energy, you know, but it's okay. Everything has a purpose in life, like everything exists for a reason, okay? And so I just feel like that's how we truly heal, not by ignoring it, not trying to pretend that everything was perfect, not like just loving your parents and, like, in other words, face these things, and also keep in mind that if you went through this, more than likely, you know, there was some immaturity and some times people who don't want to take accountability as far as like your parent figure, okay? So it seems like common sense that you'd want to be present in your child's life. So if they are not there, if they were not there, they had the inability to be there, they chose not to be there, they were dealing with other things. As you shine light on these things and you recognize these things, please don't think that you can just go to your parent and just, that they're gonna be open to this, okay? I know in my case, I've heard things like, you're the one with the issue, not me. You know, I didn't do anything wrong. You're tripping, you know? And so this is really just about self-love, and it's a very personal journey. It's really about you and God, and that's what I've been learning, is like God just showing me that all that I truly need is me and God. That's what all of the main lesson has been, is like, you go through these things because as a kid, you're feeling like you need your parents' love, you need their approval, you need their presence, you need their validation, you need their encouragement, you need, and as a kid, maybe that's true. But as you come into your adulthood, you learn that all of that's already within you. You're already whole, you're already complete, you're divine, you're rare, you're beautiful, you're amazing. You are here because God, the source of everything, wanted you here. You're that magnificent, like you needed to be here. God, the creator of all things, wanted to make you. So as you mature and you develop and you heal, you realize like, wow, well, actually don't need my parent to be anyway, you know, and you just learn and you grow through these things, and you develop a deeper relationship to your own soul and with God, you know. So I just want to share with you guys like that. Remember, if you experience an abandonment wound and you see it playing out in your life, or you're carrying any pain, remember that it's not your fault. Okay, your parents' relationship had nothing to do with you. They were going through their own stuff. Okay, remember that, to trust God and trust the divine, because nothing happens by accident. And I feel like before we even came to earth, we already knew the challenges we were going to face. We chose to, because we knew that we could transmute it, that we're stronger than the pain. Okay, we're stronger than the pain. We are able to rise, you know, we're able to, through love and through just patience, grace. And so, and the last like lesson from all these things is just like, you learn what real love is. Like, you learn what real love feels like, because you know what it is not. You know how bad feels, so now you appreciate the good. You know how it feels to be abandoned, so then you learn like the value of presence, of someone choosing to be present, someone choosing to love you. You know how it feels to feel like nobody cares about you, like the person you love doesn't care about you. You know how that feels. So then through this, now you can say, wait a minute, I don't want that anymore. I want someone who wants to be with me, who chooses me, who loves me, who sees in me something worth loving, you know? And so you gain knowledge, you gain knowing of what real love is for yourself, and what you will seek in a partner or in the relationships in your life. And you value it because you know how it feels to be without it. Okay, so this video was kind of tough for me to make. I hope that it helps at least one person out there. I'm sending you so much love and so much power and healing on your journey. Just to know that you are so powerful. God lives within you, and you can get through anything. We are not our emotions, so it's okay to cry, because guess what? Then you're gonna feel happy. And it's okay to be happy. One day you're gonna be a little sad, and it's okay. Life is a roller coaster of emotions, but it's just the energy in motion. It just wants to flow through you so you can see what you're feeling inside. Don't suppress it, just feel it and be free. Okay, I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.